Imagine you are standing in the heart of the Amazon basin in the year 2026. The cicadas are screaming, and the humidity is thick enough to choke your lungs. Beneath a massive mahogany tree, a creature slides out of its mother. It is not a common green anaconda. It is 2 meters long at birth and weighs 30 kilograms. According to every modern biological law, this is impossible. You are a Titanoboa, the largest snake to ever crawl the earth, a ghost that went extinct 60 million years ago. But here, in this simulation, you are breathing, you are moving, and you are facing an immediate death sentence. Why? Because of the temperature. During the Paleocene epoch, the world was a giant oven with average temperatures ranging from 32 to 35 degrees Celsius. That heat was the essential fuel required for a cold-blooded organism to reach the size of a school bus. But the modern Amazon sits at a mere 27 degrees Celsius. For a Titanoboa, this is like trying to run a supercar on a AA battery. You are sluggish, your reflexes are delayed, and your brain is in a fog of cold. Your mother, following the reptilian instinct of 100 million years, leaves immediately. You are alone. You are 2 meters long, but you are the most likely thing in this swamp to die in the next 10 minutes. There is a rustle in the reeds. A spectacled caiman, 2 meters long, is closing in. In nature, when two predators of equal size meet, the rule is simple. The one who strikes first eats. The other becomes a data point on why extinct animals should stay extinct. You coil instinctively. Your body performs a movement it has never practiced, contracting your muscles in an S pattern to propel yourself backward into the submerged root system. The caiman swims past, completely unaware that it just missed the chance to kill the creature that will soon reclaim the throne of its ancestors. You need heat. Now. You spot a rotting log basking in the harsh midday sun. You crawl onto it. This is where we look at the science, the phenomenon of gigantothermy. When a creature reaches a massive size, it retains heat exceptionally well, but takes a long time to warm up. In the modern Amazon, basking for a Titanoboa isn't a hobby, it's a race against death. If you don't hit 30 degrees Celsius, the enzymes in your stomach won't activate. You won't be able to digest, and the food will literally rot inside your belly. After 3 hours of acting like a biological solar panel, the world sharpens. You observe the ecosystem through a different lens. A capybara drinks. A heron stabs a fish. Everything here is either hunting or being hunted. There are no pensions, no days off. The Amazon does not negotiate. Hunger hits you. A primal urge from deep within your spinal cord. You slide into the water, targeting a 30-centimeter catfish. First strike, miss. Second strike, wide. You realize that despite your prehistoric genes, you still have to learn. On the third try, your backward-curving teeth sink into the prey. The coils lock. This is your species' weapon of mass destruction. No venom, no claws, just absolute pressure until the heart stops. 3 weeks pass. You are growing at an astronomical rate, nearly 2 centimeters longer every day. You've learned to evade jaguars and hold your breath for 40 minutes while a black caiman glides overhead. You are now 3 meters long and weigh 60 kilograms. You've moved from definitely going to die to likely to survive. You begin hunting young capybaras. The feeling of your muscles crushing a mammal is electric. But then, the ultimate rival appears. A 6-meter green anaconda. This is the collision of a prehistoric giant and a modern king. The anaconda is the ruler of the contemporary Amazon, but it has no idea it is facing its own ancestor. You choose to retreat. Why? Because in nature, a smart predator never risks a life or death struggle unless absolutely necessary. You withdraw to a quiet oxbow lake, where the water is murky and rich. This will be your fortress. The bite and constriction of a green anaconda can reach 90 pounds per square inch. But, based on the massive vertebrae found in the Cerrejón coal mines, your constriction force as an adult could reach 400 pounds per square inch. That is equivalent to being crushed by a falling skyscraper. You begin to prey on smaller anacondas to eliminate the competition. In the world of the Titanoboa, There is no kinship, only food and obstacles. 6 months later, you are 7 meters long and weigh 200 kilograms. You have surpassed the weight of almost every jaguar in the forest. One morning, while basking on a sandbar, a 90-kilogram male jaguar appears. He watches you. You watch him. For 90 seconds, both of you are running the most complex risk assessment calculations in the animal kingdom. Jaguars kill caimans by piercing their skulls, but with your thick scales and massive muscle density, that bite won't penetrate. The jaguar decides his thirst isn't worth his life. He turns and leaves. You have won without shedding a drop of blood. But the greatest enemy isn't the jaguar, it's the dry season. The water in your oxbow lake begins to recede. For a creature 10 meters long and weighing over half a ton, being stuck in a drying mud pit means being roasted alive while vultures wait. You must migrate. The 800-meter journey across the forest floor to the main river is a nightmare. On land, you are slow and exposed. Your body temperature spikes to 35 degrees Celsius due to friction and direct sunlight. You move in short bursts, resting in the shade. Finally, as you slide into the main river, the cool water feels like salvation. In this river, you meet a 4-meter black caiman. He is the tyrant of this stretch of water. But you are now an 11-meter Titanoboa, weighing 700 kilograms. The fight lasts 35 minutes. The caiman tries his death roll, but your coils have already locked his ribcage. The sound of snapping bones echoes underwater like dry branches breaking in a storm. It takes you an entire day to swallow him. After that meal, you look like you've swallowed a canoe. You won't need to eat for 2 months. To give you a perspective of the scale, let's go back to 2009, when scientists in Colombia announced the discovery of the Titanoboa. They found vertebrae so massive, they initially thought they were the femurs of a theropod dinosaur. When they reconstructed the model, the world was shocked. The Titanoboa wasn't just long, it was thick. It was as wide as a grown man's waist, multiplied several times over. There is a specific example of this snake's power. Researchers found Titanoboa fossils in the same geological layer as Carbonemys, a prehistoric turtle with a shell as thick as a bulletproof shield. The Titanoboa ate them. Imagine the force required to shatter that shell. That isn't just biology. It's top-tier mechanical engineering by nature. In our simulation, if a Titanoboa appeared today, it wouldn't just eat caimans. It would capsize small fishing boats if they wandered into its territory. You are now 13 meters long. You weigh 1,150 kilograms. You are the largest living thing moving through the Amazon basin. When you surface to breathe, the water parts, and fish scatter like they've hit a hurricane. Every animal within a 5-kilometer radius has changed its habits to avoid you. A 220-kilogram tapir comes to drink. You've watched it for 2 weeks. You know where it steps and how long it lingers. Hunting at this scale is no longer about speed. It's about absolute patience. You explode from the shallows, covering 3 meters in less than a second. Your lower jaw disconnects from its hinge to expand, swallowing the tapir's head whole. The digestion will take 6 weeks. During those 6 weeks, you are an immobile king. But here is the real lesson. The Titanoboa existed because the world was feverish. Without the global warming of the Paleocene, this snake would never have been born. Its rise in this simulation is a warning about the fragility of climate. If we warm the planet by just a few more degrees, we might be accidentally paving the way for monsters like this to return. Nature never truly disappears. It just waits for the right conditions to reset the order. The strongest isn't the one with the most mass, but the one who can live in harmony with the environment. The Titanoboa won the war of predation, but it lost the war against time and climate.